Good morning and welcome, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Tuesday. I hope it finds you well while most of the country is digging out of ice storms and snowstorms. It's a pretty nice day here in the Valley of the Sun. I do apologize. The shipping is going to be slow. Our main supplier is in Dallas, and the weather still sucks there. A lot of ice. Matter of fact, I know this. There's going to be a huge KXXT-AM meeting tonight. We're going to have several hundred new people looking to become KXXT-AM miners. I literally 2 seconds ago came across they are going to have to postpone it because of the ice. I know a lot of places people aren't going to work. People aren't going to school. So try to stay warm out there. Or, well, no, wait, don't do this. Or you can come here. No, don't. Stay where you are. Just bundle up. Be safe out there. You know, it's funny. See, here in Arizona, no one really knows how to drive. First of all, we love it when it rains. Right? Kind of weird. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to rain. We're like, yeah, rain. No one can drive for you know what when it's raining outside. I got to imagine snow is bad. Ice is worse. You be careful out there. There you go. There's my word, my tip for the day. Be careful with that black ice. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. The website at allamericangold.com. I will have a big Texas update again tomorrow. I just want to stress to you guys, and I know everyone's getting frustrated, and I've heard it, Jason's heard it, the girls are hearing it. Listen, I'll say this, I get it, but the daily drip, you get it every day. The mine doesn't know what the price is. You would get the same amount of coins every single day, whether it's 5 cents, 50 cents, $5, $10, $100, $1,000. The exact same. And I know it sucks right now because it's like 65 cents. And everybody's all, you know, oh my gosh, is something, you know, it didn't work. It's not working. Guys, it's working. It's working. Believe me when I tell you, Layer 2 is here. I mean, it's getting ready to start. Phase 3. Remember, the mines in the other countries. We talked about this a long time ago. It starts February 3rd. I will say that when we say, well, Joe, why are all these people selling? Well, there's a lot of reasons. Some of it is going to be for taxes. Some of it's going to be because Bobby had a compensation plan that was way too generous. You know what? I was always, you know, from the beginning about that comment, I was like, oh, finally. You had people that did nothing that were getting $3,000 a week, $6,000 a week, $9,000 a week. And when that got taken away, they need money. I think most of the selling was out of need. Was there fear selling? Sure. Yep, there was. Can't say there wasn't. Of course there was. Was there some selling because people wanted to do other things? Yeah, probably. But most of it was out of need. And I will say that as we get through that and all the other things that pick up here, it's a great time to get in, especially if you can get coins to go with it. And that's why for the rest of this week, it ends this week. Listen, if you sign up for a one-pack at $995 to become a miner, I'm going to give you $100 worth of coins. That's a whole year's worth of coins for a 1-pack. You do a 5-pack, I'm going to give you $500 worth. A 9-pack, you're going to get $1,000 worth. And guess what? The coin goes to $2-3. You made your money back, just like that, with the free coin. So it's a really good opportunity. And of course, the mission hasn't changed. The only thing that changed is the price. It's not going to stay here long, guys. We'll wait for tomorrow. A lot of good information coming tomorrow about why it won't. But when we get back, we got to talk about, man, what a crazy market we saw yesterday and crazy again today and unbelievable. Oh, I'm worried. There's some news coming out, more tariff threats, this time South Korea. Now, apparently, India and Europe signed a free trade deal. Everyone's wondering if the Trump administration is going to unleash more tariffs there. And then healthcare providers getting destroyed today as the government is trying to force very cheap increase in the, I want to get this right, in the Medicare Advantage rates, which is bad news for everybody else, because believe me, the insurance company is going to get their money one way or the other. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour, Joe and Jason on this Tuesday. Quick look at the markets here. The Dow is down 400. And again, this is mostly the insurance companies. But we'll keep our eyes out. But not, I guess, great news if you're in Medicare Advantage, if this holds. Not great news for everybody else, because the insurance company is just going to raise the rates for everybody else to offset. They were hoping for a 6%, or they were probably going to settle for, 4% was going to be like the worst news. They wanted 6, so you figured, okay, they're going to get 5. They're trying to give them 0.09. Yeah, it's not a good deal. S&P's up 35, NASDAQ's up 240. The 10-year note, 423. The intervention yesterday seems to be holding, at least for today. Crude oil's up $1, 61.65 on the Japanese yen, 153. So they've staved off the I guess currency crisis for right now. Yesterday with that intervention, the dollar continuing to get smacked around here. Some of it on our own volition by helping the yen. Gold, man, yesterday, gold flying. Silver was insanity yesterday. Silver got to almost $118. Silver finished right where it started, right back all the way down to $103 and change.
That was amazing to watch that, because you go about your business after Joe and I get off the air. We have stuff we have to do, and then I looked up later in the day and it's like it closed right where it started, which was just crazy to me, Joe. That kind of movement is nutty,
right? Scary. A little bit.
It is scary movement.
So I'm thinking, okay, today gold and silver are going to get hammered, right? Yeah. They went up, they came down, they're probably going to get hammered. Gold is up $85, $5,097. So a couple of bucks from 5,100. Silver right now is up $5.25, 109 and change, and it feels like they want to go higher. Listen, I don't know. Did silver just Did they just literally decide we're going to just set a new bottom above $100 yesterday? Is that what they did? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Right? Because you got to remember, Friday it closed at 103, right? 103. First time over 100. Then yesterday, like every hour, it seemed like silver's up, it's up another dollar. Oh, wait, it's up another dollar. It's up another dollar, another dollar, another dollar, another dollar. And then all of a sudden, it was down a dollar, down a dollar, down a dollar, to 103. And I thought for sure, okay, well, here we go. Got to correct that. Some can't be a straight line.
I got a speculation, Joe, what might be happening. You remember I said that I think at some point in the coming months there might be a dramatic sell-off, which will then turn right back to a buy-up. They're going to shake out a lot of skittish people that are worried about the next 2011. I just wonder if yesterday they were testing their ability to make it go down when they want and then make it go back up today. I mean, you got some big players like J.P. Morgan buying huge amounts of physical silver now. So it's not a big enough market to handle huge players getting involved. And I just wonder, Joe, if we're going to see a lot more of this to come. And hold on to your hats, right, Joe? You said it good last week. This is a great time to buy and to sell. Yep. I just can't see it with wholesalers and refiners not buying or buying $15 under spot. I just don't see how this thing can go straight up. So you guys just be watchful and listen to the show, right? Listen to the show every day so we can help you guys out.
Every day. Listen, I still have dimes and quarters from yesterday, so I have some left. The rolls of dimes, $350. Double it for the quarters, right? $5 face versus $10 face, $700. That's $97.90 an ounce. So if you took a blowtorch to the silver that was in the dimes in the quarter, you would have 7.15 ounces of silver in a roll of quarters. And you would have half of that in a roll of dimes. The spot price, the melt value of silver right now is $109 and change. And you're buying it for less than $98. That is why when we sit there and we say, hey, this is a great time to buy, because when you look at take half dollars, I don't have half dollars, right? Well, I can get them, but I've got to order them. They're, $825. They got the same amount of silver as a roll of quarters, and the quarters are $700. I mean, it's something, Jason, where when the right opportunities come up, you got to jump at them. And in this case, think about this. The price of the dimes and the quarters today, you are paying $17.50 an ounce less than you would be paying for the roll of $50. Which, by the way, is the next. If I said, hey, what's the cheapest, Joe, what's the cheapest silver you've got today? Well, obviously, the dimes and the quarters. I mean, crazy price. Guess what the next cheapest thing I have? Those rolls of $50. That's the next cheapest price in silver. And guess what that is? $115 an ounce. And you're like, well, gosh, that's pretty good. I mean, that's only $6. That's like 5% over spot for a roll of $50. That's pretty good. Why pay 5% over spot when you can pay? Well, I don't even know. What is, I don't know if I'm smart enough to do the math, right? $97.90. And here's the thing. Run to the phone. Is there going to be a pullback? Yep, there is. some point.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm a little worried the pullback may not be to 150, right?
Yeah, we could absolutely
if it goes to 150 and pulls back to 120 or 110, right?
Yeah, whatever pullback happens, we don't know when that's going to happen. That's why we've been saying this is a great time to buy. And here, I'll tell you who the real winners, if you want to be comfortable, not worry about this, buy and hold. Buy and hold. The pullback that I think is going to happen is going to be short-lived. It might be dramatic, but it's not going to last very long. What are you going to try to time this thing? Just buy and hold and relax. That's your best. If you don't want to have to worry about this and stress out about this, when you have that money, that savings set aside, buy the silver when you can get it. This might be the last time you can buy silver under $100. We don't know, but this might be the last time. Nobody else is selling silver under $100. So we might be the last place in the country that's going to give you silver under $100.
And it's limited. I want to be fair, right? You can't come in and say, Joe, I want 10 bags.
Yeah, it's on this allotment that we currently have that you guys were slow to buy yesterday. If you want to be slow, keep being slow. We will sell this allotment, and then we'll be back to whatever the spot price is, Joe.
Yeah, 800-951-0592. We did get some weird economic data. The Conference Board, this was a terrible number, 84.5, way below expectations. The worst number going back to May of 2014. They're saying that boomers and Gen X dropped the confidence level. And it was everywhere. It didn't matter. The income levels didn't matter. Current didn't matter. Future didn't matter. Pretty grim Conference Board numbers coming out of the holiday. The other side, U.S. home prices went up. Yeah, I guess they blamed the rates going down. You know, we had that brief moment. Remember, Trump said, "I'm going to have Fannie and Freddie buy a couple $100 billion of mortgages." Well, apparently, when the rate went down, the home price shot up. I don't mean to laugh. That's just crazy. No affordability in housing still. And then, like I said, the news from the insurance companies, this is a tough one. This is a tough one to take as already insurance rates were going to be ridiculous. United Healthcare getting absolutely pounded today. By the way, they reported earnings as well. They said that, ready for this doesn't happen. The first annual drop in revenue in over 30 years. Forget about everything else. Forget about profits. United Healthcare said, hey, our revenue actually went down. And you're thinking, how can that be possible with the amount of rate increases all of us have had to pay? Jason, this has gone from bad to worse. And now one of the more profitable things for all, and by the way, all healthcare companies getting hammered, Medicare Advantage. Wow, we could really see healthcare do things in the end of 2026 that, you know, and we keep talking about, guys, we're preparing. I think there's another big wave of inflation coming.
Huge.
But it's going to start later in 2026. Not right now. Later in 2026 into 2027. And I got, you know, I don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out health insurance. You thought it was expensive this year. Jason, wait till next year.
Wait till next year for the expense on everything, healthcare being a big one. And yeah, the inflation that Joe's talking about, I see exactly the same thing. I don't know about later this year, for sure next year. And it'll go for a couple of years, just like the last one. Maybe it depends. The tax returns are going to hit. Biggest tax return season ever is getting ready to happen. $1.2 trillion in stimulus. tax returns. Because that's all it is. They're hiding. Trump doesn't want to say, I'm going to give stimulus checks. He doesn't want to be the Obama or Bush this time around to giving out stimulus, because stimulus doesn't sound too good anymore, does it, Joe? It has a negative connotation. Stimulus sounds like the government's handing out money. But if it's a tax return, we're giving you your money back plus stimulus, right? How many people are going to get back more than they paid in on the low end, Joe? And then that's stimulus. I mean, it's already stimulus for the low, the lower taxpayers. They always get more back than they put in. But I think a large percentage at the bottom are going to be getting big checks, Joe. And it's $1.2 trillion. I mean, think how much money that is, Joe, to go right into the economy. That's inflationary.
More major banks just raised their gold forecast.
Yes, ma'am.
800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. I don't know. Apparently now we're weighing a precision strike on Iran. So everybody get ready. We'll see what happens. That's just breaking. That they're saying that Iran is the weakest since 1979. And I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's why oil's up today. But in any event, man, I don't know. Crazy. Just crazy. Everything that's happening out there right now. When we look at gold and silver both, something very, I don't want to say interesting because it happens. It's called backwardation. And all that means is the spot price is more than the future price. So remember, as I've tried to educate all of you, the spot price for gold currently is set in London. Realistically, it's probably set in China, right? Probably Shanghai is probably setting the price, right? Because they're the ones doing all the buying. But in the United States, the COMEX, that is future gold prices, future silver prices. There's a difference in what I would call a normal market. If the spot price, like right now, gold's $5,100, okay? In a normal market, the future gold contracts, maybe it's an April contract or June contract. Pick a contract, August, October. Some contract in 2028 would be higher than what the spot price currently resides. When that flips and all of a sudden the spot price is more expensive than the future price, that indicates the price is going to go higher. Why? Well, simply put, the traders and also people that, hey, I need gold or I need silver, especially the silver side for the industrial side. Gosh, it's cheaper for me to buy it a month from now or 2 months from now than right now. And if they can wait, that's what they do. And it's pushing up the price. When you look at silver, silver went into backwardation. That silver was approaching $50. Okay? Guess what, guys? It's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there. Gold just went into backwardation. And so when we're sitting here talking about, gosh, why are all the banks raising their price on gold and silver? I mean, in the last week, 8 banks? I mean, and I'm sure there's more. I just give you the big ones. They've all went gold $6,000, like every one of 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. Why is everybody talking about, okay, the only question for silver is it going to be $150 or $200? Why are they saying this? And the answer is very simple. Backwardation.
How does the wholesalers and the refiners pushing back where they were paying at a week or 2 weeks, now they're paying for when you send your stuff there, now the refiners especially, but the wholesalers are down 6 to 8 weeks to pay. Is that part of that, Joe?
All part of the same problem. Because here's what's happened. The demand for 1,000-ounce bars, and as you guys know, listen, we have a very limited capacity to refine in this country. Very limited. Like, okay, for those few years, you remember after the financial crisis, hey, we were doing 50 million ounces of Silver Eagles. It was like, man, that was all they could do.
Yeah.
Now, Silver Eagle demand, it's not huge because it's expensive. 1,000-ounce bars. 1,000-ounce bars. 1,000-ounce bars. 1,000-ounce bars. 1,000-ounce bars. And guess what? The refiners are running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Overloaded.
To the point.
I saw a dealer. The refiners owe him $1 million. This guy's been buying and buying and buying and buying silver. He sends it to the refiners to get it changed over quick because he bought it right. And he doesn't have the customers to buy what he's purchasing. And they gave him a check for like $50,000. And we'll get you the rest as soon as we can on his $1 million, Joe. That's not good. This is why what we do at Patriot, Joe, we're careful. You have to be careful in this situation. It's all fun and games when the price is going up, but when the silver market freezes, backwardization, which is what Joe is talking about, it can be very tough on the buyer and on the retailer.
This won't last forever, but this is providing you the opportunity, especially what we have today, right? The last of these dimes and quarters that we have is because of this.
I'm going to shame our buyers in about 6 months from now when silver's at $200 or something, and I'll be like, why didn't you buy that junk silver at $97? Right, Joe?
I will say this. Remember when we did the Canadian dollars?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, that was such a great deal.
I yelled at you guys, screamed at you guys, because this is a gift.
We're trying to help
to you.
That was our discussion that Joanna had last week. We need to help our buyers. We need to get aggressive on pricing because everybody else is still trying to rip off the buyers when they're trying to buy it low and sell it at the regular price, Joe. We're trying to help our customers, and you guys need to take it. Right, Joe? You guys need to grab it.
800-951-0592. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Tuesday. To give you an idea of, we're talking about spot price. We use London for now. Then we have the contracts, which is the COMEX, which are in backwardation, which means prices go higher. And then I told you China kind of really may be the one that is going to be setting the price. Wow. Global, this is silver, guys. Guys, okay, listen to me. Don't be an idiot here. I know you're like, but Joe, I'm scared. I mean, it's got to pull back. You're not going to get it at this retail. When you're talking about, listen, I'm selling it to you $12 below spot and then maybe a lot more below spot because of the story I'm going to break here right now. All the dimes I got left, $350. Quarters at $700. Breaking news. Global silver shortage goes critical. All-time new record high spread between the COMEX and Shanghai now is over $20 to the ounce. So when we look at COMEX, right now it's a March contract. We're in February. It's only at $108.13, right below where a spot is. Here's the thing. Physical in China right now, $128. It's a new all-time record high. Silver vaults are collapsing. They're saying that in China right now, remember, China processes 70% of all the silver in the world. Vault inventories down 90%. Don't forget about India. India remonetizing silver like there's nobody's business. But again, as these spreads, guys, the bigger these spreads get, the higher the price goes. Matter of fact, ready for this? Wow, got worse. Silver in Shanghai now, $132.45. $132.45 minus, where are we, $97.90.
Yes.
How would, right? That, you're buying it like $34.55 under what it would be in Shanghai. It is absolutely stunning, and it's all about inventories. And really, it's about the lack of inventory. Remember, I told you guys. Hey, guess what, guys? You know that trick that COMEX likes to pull with the margins? What did I tell you? I go, that's not going to work. It's not going to work this time because this is a physical problem. And we were right. And now we're seeing backwardation back in the gold markets, back in the silver markets. This is a clear indication of prices continuing to go higher. I wish it wasn't. I wish that we could have the magic silver fairy, right, just appear and all of a sudden, hey, here's another, 100 million ounces of silver coming out of the ground and like a magic show. Doesn't work that way. Now gold is having the same problem. For sure, I think they were for sure. Okay. I guess they did buy at 3,000, and I guess they kept buying at 4. But 5,000, they'll stop buying at 5,000 for sure. Guess what? Every central bank that's been buying gold just came out and said, yeah, we're going to buy more. You know what we were buying before wasn't enough. We need to keep buying.
Well, and Joe, we are at the top of the pyramid when it comes to what this market is actually going to end up being. If the let's just say, I don't know, 2030 gold price, if the 2030 gold price would say is set at $11,500, let's just say they know, those that actually move these commodities in a meaningful way, then there's no price underneath $11,500 for gold that's unbuyable, right, Joe? It's about how much can I scoop up. It's not like there's a whole bunch of gold just laying around waiting for someone to buy. It's not like U.S. Treasury is trying to figure out who's going to grab into that pile. There's no pile to grab. When it becomes available, it gets snatched up. So any price below whatever the resting price, whatever that is, if there's a number out there, anything below that is buy it immediately. So 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, I don't think there's going to be, Joe, it's going to be a while before that price slows and we start to see regular market activity. It's going to be a while. Especially when you see the central banks and these governments going on spending sprees. America is going to have $4.7 trillion in new money stuffed into this country in a 9-month time span starting at the end of February. What should the gold price be after the 9 months, or when we get to the end of 2026? What should the gold price be with another, essentially the amount of money that's more than the initial COVID and the initial bank bailouts? That's more than both of those put together. Yeah. Wow. We're gonna double the money supply again. Then what? I guess gold should be $11,000 then.
That sounds about right to me. 800-951-0592. Final segment. Yeah, final segment coming up. 800-951-0592. Remember, you can trade gold for silver, silver for gold, gold for Texit, silver for Texit. Right? You can do all of those things. For some of you, you're like, gosh, silver's heavy. I'll take the gold. For others of you, hey, is it a good idea to maybe trade some gold for silver because silver is going to outperform? Makes sense, because it is. I mean, they're both going to do great. Don't get me wrong. One's not going without the other. But, the opportunity to buy anytime you can buy silver below spot, that doesn't happen, like ever. And I've been doing this almost 25 years, and I can guarantee you I've never done anything as crazy as we're doing right now with these dimes and quarters ever.
A little over 3 years ago, there was a shortage of junk. I can't remember the reason. And then the junk premiums were higher than the Silver Eagle premiums just for a short time because there was no junk available and people were demanding it. So here we are giving it away as far as how much you can buy it below all other silver, and just hold on to it and then wait for that next time when it's like, oh, wait a minute, there's not enough junk. The smelters will catch up. They will start bringing in the alloy silver. Right, Joe? At some point, this thing is going to go back. All this silver is necessary. All of it is important. And when that happens, suddenly junk silver is going to be really, really more highly priced. The premiums will come back, and they'll be like, man, I'm sure glad I bought when Joe and Jason had it for a ridiculous price when it went up on that Friday over $100 and just kept going.
Remember we did the platinum.
Yeah, that was a good one, too.
11, right? It's $2,500. Remember when we did the palladium, right? This is that plus tax. That's how great of a deal we're looking at right now. And you know what? I at a certain point, you're like, oh, you know what? I don't even care why, right? When the opportunity is there, you need to take advantage. And right now, the opportunity is there, and I hope we get more. That's the whole thing. Right? We want to do this over and over and over again. One of the great things about me and Jason, you know what? We've been in this business so long. Patriot's been around so long that we can create our own little market here that allows for, listen, I want you to have better pricing when you're selling, and I want you to have better pricing when you're buying. That's our goal here. This is it. This is what we're trying to achieve. And hopefully we are educating you well enough to understand the opportunity that sits in front of you. Because I said this a while ago. I'm worried that we're not going to have any silver to sell. That's what I'm worried about.
Things could freeze up. Absolutely.
800-951-0592. Get your dimes and get your silver dimes and silver quarters put away. You're going to be glad. You're not going to regret it.